Anyway, after having munched on the lawyer, the T-Rex comes back while Alan puts that don't move thing to the ultimate test. But it doesn't matter because the T-Rex apparently despises SUVs and attempts to push it off the side of a cliff, forcing the pair of them to head down into the concrete moat. This is a topic much debated among fans, and I am going to leave it all to them. I have already chastised the holy Ian Malcolm for like 4 minutes. I do not need to further taunt the fans of Jurassic Park. Not to say he's not great. Jeff Goldblum might be the only man who can make Ian Malcolm not seem like a self-satisfied gas bag. Though in truth, I have to admit that I'm a little sad about the fate of Nedry. Yes, he is the villain. All of this is his fault, but I can't help it. It's Wayne Knight. I don't want to see Wayne Knight killed. It's like someone stabbing a toy Cookie Monster. Technically, there's nothing wrong with it, but it still just feels wrong. As for Grant and the kids...
You okay?
Good. Now, we'd better have our story straight for the insurance company. We still got 40 payments left on this Land Rover. After a harrowing ordeal getting down, because everything goes that way, the only reason it's not called Harrowing Park is that it doesn't look as great on a lunchbox. Unfortunately, they're long gone by the time Ellie and Muldoon show up, but they're at least able to save Ian, who after his last performance clearly needs someone to save him. Probably from himself.
Come on. We gotta get out of here. Now, right now. Go, let's go, hey.
Nah, you're not the boss of me. So very soon... we should really try to persuade Hammond to make Permian Park instead. I doubt Dimetrodon is going to be chasing a Jeep. It'll just wave a claw and go, screw it. Meanwhile, Alan has got the kids up in the tree so that if T-Rex comes along, it'll have to at least work for its supper. Back at the visitor center, with the power down, Hammond decides to do the only sensible thing and start eating all of the ice cream.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Having Nedry was a mistake. That's obvious. We're over-dependent on automation. I can see that now.
Yeah, and his sabotage single-handedly destroyed $1 billion theme park. That was probably the more pertinent mistake that hiring Nedry caused. After a close encounter with the Brachiosaur...
Up here!
The hardest hit by COVID-19 was the Brachiosaur. You have no idea how hard it is to make a mask to properly fit that face. On the way out, Grant finds proof that Ian was right about the dinosaurs breeding thanks to the frog DNA. Although I think right now he's already got enough I told you so without needing to add eggshells to the list. In fact, here you go. Here's Malcolm in the next scene. I think that's enough for the Ian is definitely right, at least as far as 90% of my female audience goes, and probably about 10% of my male. Well, Hammond has made a decision. Without the phones working, we cannot call up tech support. Although then again, they'd probably just tell us,
have you tried turning it off and on again?
So, Hammond turns to Mr. Arnold and asks him, have you tried turning it off and on? Fortunately, it works, except all of the power is out now. Except for that one computer. Okay. Well, he's going to have to traipse off to the maintenance shed to fix this while all the white people head into the emergency shelter. Guess who we're never going to see again? So, after waiting quite a while, Ellie decides to go check on him, but Muldoon decides to grab a shotgun and come along, just in case.
It ought to be me really going.
Why?
Well, and you're,
You get around on a cane. Go eat some more ice cream, old man. But that's when Muldoon discovers that when the shutdown turns off everything, it turns off everything, which really probably should have been a clue, shouldn't it? That means the raptors have finally escaped, so Muldoon tells her to head into the shed. He's got this. After all, he's got a shotgun and a hat. Hammond seems to have trouble reading the map, though, so she's left wandering about before finally getting to the breaker box.
Now, under the words contact position, there's a round green button which says push to close.
Pull it. Well, it seems that for once, Hammond's incompetence has actually worked for us, as getting Ellie lost has delayed things long enough for Alan and the kids to mostly escape over the fence. 2 out of 3 is acceptable. While Alan sees to this problem, Ellie gets a visit from a velociraptor and finds out what happened to Mr. Arnold.
Oh, Mr. Arnold.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious to us what happened, given that his right arm has been removed. So we can't really expect any help from that quarter. Muldoon soon joins him when the raptors manage to flank him, although it might be that he made the mistake of taking his hat off. So far, for those keeping score, the phones still aren't working. We have 2 people who are now dead thanks to the turn it off plan, and technically Alan hasn't finished giving Tim CPR yet. Luckily for the body count conscious, he finally does, and brings the kids back to the visitor center to eat while he goes looking for the others. Only I guess killing 2 humans for 3 raptors wasn't enough. You'd think they'd be good for a few days at least. That's not even counting the cow they already had. These raptors are real gluttons. While they hunt the kids, Alan grabs a shotgun, although so far the only target he has any experience shooting is the planet Earth, so this is going to require more careful aim. As for the raptors... Oh, curse you, Americans with Disabilities Act! Curse you! If we had round knobs, this wouldn't be a problem.
Timmy, what is it? It's a velociraptor.
One more reason that I was born too early. None of my dinosaur books ever mention this. I even went to the library after the movie, and I know it's become a meme, but I looked under P in the dinosaur books because I thought they said velociraptor, because it made sense for such a damn smart dinosaur. And it turns out they're not that smart anyway. Though I suppose a couple of kids tricking one into a refrigerator like Home Alone probably should have made the point for me. There's one raptor left, presumably the smart one that Muldoon was warning was a problem, because she's proving to be one, the way she pursues the kids and our paleontologists. Though she may be smart, but they're not going to fall for that candygram trick, not a third time. Fortunately, Lex is a Hollywood hacker, in that she doesn't look at all like someone who's going to be an expert on computers, but is. I mean, I imagine if maybe some member of her family was a computer expert to help light that passion or something. Oh, damn. It just occurred to me. Do you know who's got to be the most misfortunate person in the world? Lex's other grandfather. Oh, Lex, guess what? Your favorite granddad's here to help you with your computer. We're going to get that modem going right now, girl. Oh, that's great, Grandpa, but I can't. Grandpa Hammond is flying us out to his private island. Oh, that's now? Yeah, he says that he's going to bring us to his theme park. Really? That's interesting, kiddo. And he says he's cloned dinosaurs and I'll get to ride one. Wow. That's really good, kid. I'll just fix your modem for you while you're gone. It'll be all ready when you get back. So you have a good time with that haggis-eating son of a bitch.
I can't get it unless I move!
If only there was someone in this room who wasn't doing a thing at this moment, huh, Tim? So Lex gets the security system switched on and the phone so that they can finally call a helicopter to get the hell off this island and nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. But first, there's the matter of escape. Seems that using the door was just the velociraptor trying to show off, because she says screw it and comes through the window. This leads to a chase that lands them in the lobby, where Raptor number 2 has escaped the bunker and is ready to join in. Until T-Rex pulls a heel-face turn. And I'm quite impressed at how well it snuck up on them, considering its steps shake the earth. Must have been studying under a ninja. Now, when we leave, Dr. Grant, I'd like to take you to my underwater preserve where I've cloned some megalodons. No, thank you. Actually, I have to confess, I've spared every expense. Unfortunately, the tour is narrated by an Elvis impersonator who owes me some money. No, that's fine. Let's just go home. And a quick helicopter ride away is all it takes to leave Jurassic Park behind, certain in the knowledge everything is secured and we'll never hear anything about dinosaurs again. But there's so much more that could be said about this film, so I hope you come back tomorrow to hear more about Jurassic Park.
All hail the Overlord! All hail the Overlord!
The out-of-control forest fires added soot to the dust already in the atmosphere, worsening the climate effect and signifying both the end of the Cretaceous and the age of the dinosaurs. This has been James Earl Jones. Thank you for using our refreshment facility, and we hope you enjoy your stay in Jurassic Park.